to find out what new name you're going to be called. Because after all big events, there's a new name. You know, calling you a mobster didn't seem to work. It just made you more resolved. Calling you un-American didn't work. Because we know that what you're doing and what's done all across this country in places like this is America. So it'll be interesting to see what you're called tomorrow. But you know, you may get a break. If you haven't heard, the president's working on a couple of speeches this week. Actually, I think he's just making sure he has enough teleprompters lined up in case one goes out. But tomorrow, in case you haven't heard, he's delivering an address to schools all across the country. Now, you heard Dave say, and Jedediah repeated, that you all are having an impact on many things that are happening. You had an impact in that speech already. Did you know that? You know that? You did, because while they had, even though they won't admit it, they had ulterior motives and they had an objective to accomplish, they've had to change that because you all are paying attention and you weren't supposed to. And then you might know that the president is addressing a joint session of Congress. Now, this is the first joint session of Congress that's taken place outside of the State of the Union since George Bush addressed the country about 9/11. You know why the president is addressing Congress? Because of you! You don't get in the way. You all were supposed to lay down, roll over, keep quiet, and let him do what he was elected to do on his hope and change. The problem is he's not our hope, and he certainly isn't the change we want. You know, throughout this August recess, you've seen the coverage there. And you've seen that some elected officials have held town halls, and the others are afraid of you. Right? They're afraid. They have forgotten who works for whom. Because as Diane mentioned in the Constitution, it says with the consent of the governed. And folks, it's time we withdrew our consent. This is not a country of the president, by the Congress, and for the Supreme Court. It's about us, of the people, by the people, and for the people, and we need to get that message out. You know, I've been on Dave and Brian's show, and they have schooled me about health control, and I messed up in Washington one time and called it health control.